Is it someone's birthday or? Oh.
Kind of the opposite. We're celebrating Julia's last day.
Yes. Salud. I'm sorry. Did you say Julia's last day? What is that?
In every actress's life, the media decides when you finally reach the point where you're not believably fuckable anymore.
Women share their pain claiming to be invisible after 40. Last affable day. Welcome to Manosphere Highlights Daily. Man, it's not looking good for modern middle-aged women. Shout out to Mr. Lorenz for sending us this Reddit post called I Have Become Invisible. Guest left without saying goodbye. Man, this one hit hard. A lot of things we talk about here in the Manosphere when it comes to the future of the modern woman are on display in this post. Now it's time for us to dive into this and do what we have to do. Because we men, ain't we? We men, ain't we? Shit. Alright, we're gonna start reading right here. I just threw a big dinner party. Cleaning, decorating, multi-course meal, dessert, coffee. I DJ'd, elaborately hosted everything, the whole 9 yards. Then I had to put the kids to bed quickly with a plan to return to the party. And everyone left before I returned, not even 15 minutes later, without saying thank you or goodbye to me. I used to be the beautiful woman fighting off attention. Now I'm just a middle-aged mom left with only a kitchen full of dirty dishes to clean. Thanks for listening to my rant. Sorry to complain, but I thought you might understand. Well. This is interesting. 2 things of this story that I want to address before we go into the comments. So allow me to put on my detective hat and get my Sherlock Holmes on. Cue the music. First thing is, she said people left without saying thank you or goodbye when she returned not even 15 minutes later. But I wonder, when she put the kids to bed, did she tell her guests that she would be out for 10-15 minutes and she would return after she put the kids to bed? It's kind of fishy, it's kind of strange that people, guess to be specific, that you have invited to your big dinner party will leave without saying a word. I think there's more to this story. I think the suspect is withholding information. Second thing is, now that her guest left without saying thank you or goodbye, the first thing she writes is, I used to be the beautiful woman fighting off attention. Now I'm just a middle-aged mom left with only a kitchen full of dirty dishes to clean. Madam, what was the purpose of this big dinner party? Who did you invite to this big dinner party? Did you throw this big dinner party to entertain your guests or yourself? I think it's the latter. You miss being the center of attention, and society didn't prepare you for the inevitable clash with the undefeated wall. According to this Reddit post, I believe you've hit the wall head first, like a wrecking ball. But this unbreakable wall wrecked the ball, i.e. your looks, and all of the delusional thoughts that were once the foundation of your existence, forcing you to go cold turkey and see life from a realistic perspective. It's not that you're invisible, it's not that people don't see you. They don't see you the way you want them to see you. Alright, so let's get into the comments. Brace yourself. I felt gut punched reading this. You put my feelings into words. I don't think it really sunk in until that moment how the beautiful, carefree chapter of my life was truly over. That abysmal feeling, coming back downstairs and seeing that everyone was gone and didn't even have the decency to say goodbye, was a dose of reality I was not ready for. Right, the original poster response to this comment. I guess I didn't, but it feels like it happened so quickly. I'm not ready. I suppose I need to find the ways to embrace it being over now. But so much of my life was dictated by the attention I received from people because of the way I looked. I'm only realizing this now that I'm 40. It's weird to realize I don't know what that means is left for me. Like, what am I now? Who am I now? And how do I matter to people, to society? It sounds kind of pathetic or obnoxious to write out, but the pain and confusion is real. Woo! These women are not ready for what's waiting for them. Like I said before, This society does not prepare women for old age. It's all about being young, forever 21. 40 is the new 30. But nature says, no, no, no. You can't F with nature, ladies. You see, it's not about these guests not saying goodbye. This was not a one-time thing. She's been walking around with this for a while now. You can't force men to be attracted to things they are naturally not attracted to. And when you hit that wall, it's all she wrote. It's all she wrote. And you will know. No more shopping sprees. No more late night creeps. No more VIP. No more dough. We can't even kick it no more. Let's read another one. You definitely are not alone. Maybe take this as a jumping off point to find who you are. What do you like? Try many things even if it doesn't sound interesting. You might surprise yourself. Trying to fill the attention-seeking hole within yourself will only bring disappointment and anxiety, in my opinion and experience. You are worthy of love and genuine friendship. I sincerely hope these friends thought they were doing you a favor by sneaking out, being very generous here. Worst case, these people showed you their true selves and you no longer need to expand your beautiful energy there. Woohoo! More time to figure yourself out. Well, fellas, this is Feel Good Kool-Aid. You don't know the whole story. You don't know how she treated her guests. A lot of these women are entitled, and because they look good, they can get away with a lot of things, like having a nasty attitude, and they didn't develop their social skills to actually be good company. But alright, keeping it positive. Let's read. Reaction from the original poster. At first, I reacted negatively to quote-unquote attention seeking because it feels like I wasn't seeking it, often hiding from it, even plagued by it. But now I'm really asking myself if that's true. I guess more than anything, I subtly learning that because of the attention, my looks define my value. It seems silly that I've never really thought this through before, and it seems like such a stupid belief and not a conscious one. The attention was something I came to expect, to need even, then clamor for as I started to wear makeup in my 30s, and now it's just gone. It's so strange. I think I have more issues with men than I realize. And insecurities galore. I believe I'll stop wearing makeup starting today, and I need to update my wardrobe and get rid of all of those sexy outfits that just look silly on me now. You see how women have no idea how men work. She had no issues when she was getting all of this attention. She probably didn't settle down because in her opinion she could always do better because of the abundance of attention she was getting, thinking it would last forever. She mentions putting on makeup in her 30s, and that was a warning shot. She needed help to boost her SM feed. And this proves that almost everything women do is for attention and to feel good, especially in the moment, not thinking about tomorrow. So now you realize you have issues with men because you've lost your power to attract them based on your looks. But what happens when a man loses his job and he is not able to provide the lifestyle you are used to? What happens when he loses his status? You see it with these professional athletes and artists. When they're hot, these females are on them like flies on shit. But when they're cold and everyone's forgotten about them, where are you? Let's read another one. I couldn't have said it better myself. Last week, my sister and I went out for dinner and we talked about this very thing. How we're not ready to give up being considered sexy and all of the attention we used to get purely based on our looks. I'm in my mid-30s with 2 kids and I still wear tight clothing and crop tops as much as possible because I'm desperate to not let this feeling go. I even talked to my husband about it and said how I consider my value to be directly tied to my appearance and how I need to work on that because it's not right to feel like this. I just feel like no one looks at me anymore, and it's so strange to feel like I don't hold any value if I'm no longer young and beautiful. Clearly, I also have some issues with men. Of course. This is an example of why women file 80% of the divorces. It's not necessarily the man cheating on her or neglecting her. She has issues with herself. She doesn't feel sexy because it's quiet. Too quiet. I remember working a customer service job when I was still in school, and the workplace was 70% female. And the women that were in a relationship were the biggest flirters. They just loved the attention. And the older ones and the unattractive ones were left out. The older ones looked really good in their prime and missed the attention, but their husbands are still looking good. And they can't live with these thoughts that he could leave her for a younger woman. Ayesha Curry, Jada Pinkett, they are jealous of their husbands. Now I'm gonna highlight the comments that introduced me to the intro clip of this video. Same here at 42, lived a roaring 20s and 30s with the default that any attention I sought, I got, and not even having to seek. Just making my way through a constant background hum of fielding. All of a sudden, invisible. It's a rough realization that I've rounded this corner and it's a one-way street. And these women got it bad. Next one. So much recognizing in this post. Me too. I used to be the life of the party, and turns out it was just my age and my size. And we'll never get that back. And did they even like me for me? It was just decoration. The pain. It's really sad that they figure this out when it's too late, and I don't feel sorry for them. This is what they wanted. There are reasons why grandparents were staying together forever. They had different values, and they were prepared for old age. They were prepared for the long term. Let's continue. Another reaction of the original poster. I thought they liked me for me because I was shiny and special, but I'm not shiny anymore. And I guess I'm just processing that the shininess wasn't really me at all. Ugh. You are 40 years old with children. What do you think your life's gonna look like? When you read on, she mentions that she has a lot of guy friends. She also mentions that she has a husband. According to research, 50% of women in relationships have a backup partner. She's probably mad that the guys that she friend zoned are not here to boost her ego now that she hit the wall. Were you actually a good friend to these guys? What did you do for them? Fellas, when was the last time you called a woman when you needed help? When you had to move, or when your car broke down, when your computer had a virus. Women would call you for all of these things. I don't believe men and women can be friends. You'll have your exceptions, but a lot of these so-called friends are just waiting for that day that she says, please F the shit out of me. Next. Yeah, I think about my last effable day a lot and wonder when exactly I became invisible to random strangers. And how can I miss getting the attention that used to creep me out so much? You see, they don't know what they got till it's gone. And this comment led to the last effable day clip, and it's really interesting how they present the truth.
But what about men? Like, who tells men when it's their last day?
Honey, men don't have that day.
Never.
Well, they're fuckable forever. They could be 100 and like nothing but white spiders coming out, but they're fuckable.
A female actress SMV is essential for her career, and that's why a lot of these actresses are pissed off because they are not getting work, which means they're not getting paid. So that's definitely one of the reasons why the famous witch hunt started. Men have to pay because we naturally don't find older women attractive. However, women have no problem dumping a man that can no longer provide, or divorce a man that has been providing for years and still take his money because she is just not happy. You just can't win with these females. This Reddit post goes a lot deeper. You can find the link to the Reddit post in the description and read for yourself. Manosphere, we working. Protect yourself at all times. This video has officially been highlighted.